Alright, so this is just a couple days later. I got my push rods in. Got that order in quick. Got them next day. So right now I'm about to put the rocker arms in. I actually got them soaking in some oil. I actually got some break-in oil with some zinc, that high zinc break-in oil. So I had them soaking. So I'm actually gonna put them in now. So after this, you know, that top end gonna be looking almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and get it in. Okay, so just for up close version of what's going on, exhaust intake. And remember I showed you which I do have separate rocker arm ratios. So I did separate them when I was soaking them, but push rods are in there. So I'm here. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on. Got them on there. Kind of getting it to the lash point. Just kind of keep moving. Make sure they go down actually in the position they're supposed to be in. Just kind of moving them just to where it's a little bit of spin in there. Calculated it up before. For mine, I need to do a half turn. So a half turn, and then calculate it out to be a quick one flat turn. And by flat, I mean the flats that's on here. So basically a half turn and then go from one flat to the next in the same spot. So that's allowing me to do it a little bit faster without having to try to calculate something every time. Put that back where it's supposed to be. And then move on to the next one. Rocker arms are on. The lock nuts are in. They've been zero lash, put where they need to be, and torqued down. So all of this is ready. So I got these on there. My plan for the black colored bolts didn't come out as planned because it took a little more oomph to get them things on there. So, they'll be alright. But, you know, kind of a quick note, make sure you put your plugs where they need to go. Otherwise, that's how some of these dudes be not having no oil pressure and then be wondering what's going on. Something as small as a $5 plug. So don't forget to put yours in however you're gonna do it, but these going in. Alright, so it's about time that this bad boy goes on here for good, or at least for now. But it's about time that this gets bolted down. It looks really good on there, but I'm gonna have to get the Permatex Right stuff on the China rails. I'm gonna go ahead and get the gasket kind of put up in place. That way I can just sit this down and then store them in, and you know, get it torqued down and everything. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So even though it looks good, gotta take this bad boy off so I can get the other stuff done. Now that the gaskets are on, I'm actually going to lay down this Permatex Right Stuff gasket for the China rails. I'm thinking they call them China rails because they kind of, wavy like the Great Wall of China. I'm not sure if that's racist or not. I hope not. I'm not trying to be racist. China rails. So I'm gonna lay this down, put it on, and then put the bolts in, torque them, go in order, and then torque them again. Probably gonna do just 2 steps. So lay this down, put it on, bolts on, hand tighten, torque them. That way we can make sure everything's straight. So let's see what this bead look like though. Alright, so everything is hand tightened. Now I'm going to torque. And there is an order you're supposed to go in, so I am going to do that. So now you can see it really is starting to come together. Don't mind that. That's just because those are the heads that I had already used, so just hadn't really cleaned that part off yet. I'll clean it off before I put the headers back on with the new gasket. So, but motor's starting to look big. Thing coming together. Ford racing. So I got my distributor that came with the Pro Flow 4 kit. So I'm actually going to go ahead and drop this in. You'll see here, this piece here is what drives that. This drives that oil pump shaft that we put in earlier. And then of course, this gear here will mate with the gear in there, but just kind of thought that was pretty cool how this drives that before the engine was flipped over, so we put it in that way, but now that the engine's back flipped, it's actually facing up. Kind of see it down in there, so this will mate up with that, which is pretty cool. But we'll go ahead and kind of put a little bit of lube on the gear. That baby's on, and let me see what else. Got my breathers. And got them a pretty tight fit. So got them breathers on. I don't know. This thing's starting to look like an engine.